studying using science-based, evidence-based methodologies that are proven effective to work. So if you want to study smart, and if you are strategically lazy like I am, when I say strategically lazy, I don't mean it in a bad way, of course. These tips will go a really long way, because you don't want to just get good at answering exam questions. You also want to get good at learning how to learn, and these skills will really follow you for life. Definitely keep on watching till the end of this video. So you're looking for the 20% of effort that produces 80% of the results. You basically know what to work on, and you don't spend time or too much time harboring on things that may not make a big difference. And this will in the long run save you a lot of time, and a lot of it has to do with the way that we study. The first way is testing. Keep on doing practice papers, keep on self-testing yourself, keep on getting people to test you, keep on using flashcards to quiz yourself, keep on also trying to hide different words so that you can guess what they are, and then look at the answer and then try it again and again. It's so important for you to test yourself. So there's this famous study by Karpik and Blunt in 2011, and the long story short of everything is that what they found was that students generally thought that repeat studying, highlighting and writing notes or summarizing was the most efficient way to study, and in fact what they thought was not effective, which was testing themselves, turned out to be the most effective. And I'm sure you've really felt this before. If you've ever had a pre-test and you did the test, you realize that it will really help you to perform so much better on the real test, because it gives you an idea of what the questions will be like, it gives you an idea of what format you should present your answer in, it gives you an idea of the kind of information you want to collect and the way you want to present it as well. So generally speaking, if you want to be strategically smarter with your time, it's so much more important for you to test yourself, to remember things actively, rather than to read the same thing again and again, or to summarize the thing again and again. And adding on to this, regurgitating may not be the best way, because when you regurgitate like paragraphs from a textbook that you memorize, firstly it takes up so much brain energy I cannot imagine. But the second thing is that a lot of the questions nowadays are application based, which means that your teachers will know when you're just writing off things that you memorized from the textbook. So the best way to understand and actively recall is to first understand the concept and use that understanding to try and remember how to actively recall it. So testing yourself is definitely the way to go if you want to recall as much information as possible in the shortest span of time. Okay, the second way that you can definitely improve your studying methods is to have spaced repetition. So what I mean by that is that you don't want to just test yourself once and go for the exam. No, you want to test yourself 2, 3, 4, 5 times across different periods of time. So it's so important for you to start revising early, like really early, and then test yourself here, because there's this thing called the forgetting curve. It's a graph like this, and essentially what it says is that when you first do something, it's very easy for you to forget it. However, if you do it again after a few days, it makes it harder to forget. When you keep practicing a certain skill, you're basically strengthening the myelination of these certain neurons in a very specific way that makes it a lot easier for you to retain a certain muscle memory or memory. It's so important for you to plan ahead and literally just make sure that you have enough time to test yourself repeatedly, at least like 2 or 3 times. The best way you can do that is to really just block out time slots in your calendar and make sure that you study specific number of times going out to the exam, especially for subjects that you're weaker on. It's so important for you to take that action so that you get more motivated to take the action to get more motivated, etc. Okay, so definitely keep on testing yourself in spaced repetition, or just read your textbook in spaced repetition. That will help you so much more as well. When you're teaching someone, you're basically trying to understand the concept again yourself, and then from there you can repackage it in a way that they will understand even better. So it really clears up your understanding on so many different levels. So I think besides reinforcing your learning, teaching other people has so many benefits, because you're literally part of a community now, and you'll feel so much more comforted when both of you are just confused about the same questions, or when you're helping that person out, or when that person is helping you out. So having this social well-being and just mental support will go a very long way in your academic journey. If it's possible, just teach other people the things that you know and ask for help when you need help. And this is a little bit aligned with Deep Work by Cal Newport, but essentially when I say deep focus, what I mean is to really be attentive in class and to listen to everything in class in a way that you're awake and really taking in the information from the professor. And the reason why is because they found that students that are more engaged in class and actually participating in class, raising up their hand, answering questions, they are basically going to score better because they are more active in class. It's so much more interactive in the first place, so it helps you to remember a lot of the content more easily. And what people found is that we learn best when we're immersed in the environment. When you ask a question, naturally your teacher will answer you and you'll be able to understand the concept even better. So it's really all about understanding and active recall, and a huge part of that is just focusing in class, listening to the content, asking questions, engaging and interacting for you to have that basic level of understanding. It's all about confidence, and it's just knowing that you got it. A lot of the times when you don't feel confident for an exam, right before the exam you may cram a lot of content, and that's just not the way to go because you won't feel confident because you know you're not prepared. So in general, what you want to know is that if you want to perform better in class in school, it's always important to be confident. And to be confident, the best, most important way is to be well prepared. And the best, most well prepared way is for you to really study, focus in class, use active recall, space out the times you test yourself, and use all these different techniques to feel confident. The most important thing about confidence is to be very clear and aware about what you know and what you don't know, what you're good at and what you're not really good at, and the weaknesses that you have, the things you're not good in, to just drill in and to keep asking yourself questions over these specific areas. And you realize that in time, you grow in so much confidence when you're able to master the things that you at first did not know, or the things that you were at first unsure of, or the things that you never tested yourself on before. So trust me, it's so important for you to work on things that you don't know, for you to build up your confidence in exams, in class, in school, and everything like that. For me, a good way for me to build confidence is to not spot questions. I have to always make sure that I read the entire textbook at least once, or try a paper at least once in all topics, and not just try to guess which questions come out. Because I know for me, in the exam, if a question comes out that I never saw before in my life in a topic I never studied, I will feel so bad and I will completely regret it. It will make me panic more in the exam and I'll just mess up everything. It's so important for you overall to just be confident in the exam so that you slept better, you had enough food and rest and exercise so that you can perform at your optimum best. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that these tips were very helpful to help to ace your exam and also to fuel you in your personal and unique self-development journey. That being said, if you're trying out different methods and it's not really working out for you, always find a method that works for you best and listen to yourself first before listening to any advice, mine included. So that being said, I really hope that you have the best student journey ahead, and I wish you an awesome academic year. Bye!